Good evening. Coming up tonight, news on South Carolina schools returning to face-to-face instruction. Find out when students are back in person.
Major League Soccer and the University of South Carolina have announced a unique partnership. Find out what opportunities will be provided.
If you've got random knowledge, then this week is the time to put it to the test. Stick around to find out where.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Justin Walsh.
And I'm Will Gronsberg. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Earlier today, the South Carolina House approved and passed the proposal that requires all Carolina schools to offer in-person classes 5 days a week, beginning the last week of April. Along with the proposal being applied to the rest of the academic school year, the bill also requires the full resumption of in-person classes during the next school year, regardless of what happens with the COVID-19 pandemic. Following this announcement came the removal of a requirement that teachers receive additional compensation if they teach students both in classroom and in an online format. In fall 2021, both U of SC students and students across the state will be able to enjoy face-to-face instruction.
The officer responsible for killing 20-year-old Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota on Sunday has been charged with second-degree manslaughter. Kim Potter, a 26-year veteran of the Brooklyn Center Police Department, was charged and booked into the Hennepin County Jail this morning. Potter, who also served as president of the Brooklyn Center Police Officers Association, and Police Chief Tim Gannon, both resigned on Tuesday as the Twin Cities remained under a curfew following protests on Monday. Potter later said that she had intended to tase Wright, but instead fired her weapon as he attempted to get back into his car. This case opens as Hennepin County also awaits a verdict in the trial of Derek Chauvin, who was charged with second-degree murder for the killing of George Floyd last May, and news in that case could come as soon as next week.
A slight change in the academic program could be on the horizon for South Carolina universities in the near future. According to a bill in the General Assembly, there will be a large push to make studying the U.S. Constitution and similar documents a mandatory requirement to graduate from South Carolina colleges and universities. According to Senator Larry Grooms, somehow or another, we got off course. Our public colleges shied away from the Constitution and the Declaration and what they mean, and it needs to be taught. It's important. The Reinforcing College Education on America's Constitutional Heritage Act, or REACH Act, has been in the works for 8 years now and may be put into effect very shortly.
The federally mandated pause on use of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine is hitting rural communities in South Carolina particularly hard. As we reported last night, the CDC and FDA have advised against getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine temporarily as they investigate rare blood clots caused by the shot. Though South Carolina has much higher quantities of the two-shot Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, the single shot from Johnson & Johnson is more popular in our rural communities. A lack of transportation options, nearby hospitals, and a largely elderly population have already made vaccination difficult in these areas, so transitioning to a two-shot regimen may lead to a lower vaccinated population in the Palmetto State. And Justin, it's really sad to see that this may be another thing that's holding back rural communities from getting that vaccine and helping to get past this pandemic.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been lucky enough ourselves. I know I have received my first dose of the vaccine, but not as many people are as lucky. And it's just terrible to see that kind of harsher communities are facing these tribulations as it's becoming more readily available to the general public itself.
Sure, I got the first vaccine as well, and I hope everybody does, and I hope that they can get these two shots to the rural communities while they investigate.
Absolutely, no doubt. Well, coming up, we have the latest on Carolina sports from our sports anchor, Brianna Walton, so stick with us.
Welcome back, everyone. The University of South Carolina is partnering with Major League Soccer, and News 4 sports anchor Brianna Walton is here to give us the details. Brianna?
Thanks, Will. The university just announced a new partnership earlier today on Green Street. Major League Soccer and Carolina Online announced a multi-year partnership, making South Carolina an official education partner of the MLS. Gary Stevenson said the MLS is proud to provide opportunities for players to pursue high-quality education. Under the program, not only current students, but also former players, club staff, and prospective students will have access to unique educational opportunities. Bob Caslin also shared a few words, saying the university is committed to increasing access to higher education for all students whose lives have interrupted or prevented them from fulfilling their educational goals. Don't worry, UFSC students, you are not left out. The agreement will include league-based internships and speaker series for sport and entertainment management students. Moving things over to the baseball field, the Gamecocks baseball team dominated Charleston Southern in the midweek game, winning by a score of 9-0. An RBI double by Andrew Eister and David Mendham home run put the Gamecocks up 4-0 early, and Josiah Seidler would produce 4 runs himself with a grand slam in the fourth, putting the game out of reach for the Buccaneers. Jake Mahoney held it down on the mound for the Gamecocks in his 5 innings of work. He struck out 7 while giving up 1 hit to the Buccaneers. South Carolina will head to Baton Rouge to face LSU for a 3-game series, starting Thursday night at 7:30. The game will air on ESPNU. That's what's happening for Carolina sports. Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Brianna. Coming up, we have the latest on all things Columbia and Gamecock entertainment, so don't go away.
Welcome back, Carolina. Game nights and entertainment festivals in the Columbia area are coming our way. Here to give you the latest are News 4 entertainment reporters Marisha Duray and Alona Donovan.
Thank you, Justin. It is time to put your trivia knowledge to the test as these game nights are held around Columbia. Trivia nights are held on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. at Hazel Brewing Company in Lexington. And if you can't make it tonight, there's another event that happens Thursday nights at the Art Bar in Columbia at 9 p.m. Some places have monthly trivia nights, so to be sure, check out Cola Today to see more times and dates. Remember, you must be 21 years old to go to bars and consume alcohol. For those of you who are not 21 yet, but still want to go out and get a drink, Curiosity Coffee Bar in Columbia has added a new signature drink just in time to cool you off as the Columbia heat comes our way. This summery drink is called Strawberry Fields Forever, and it is made with strawberry puree, matcha, vanilla, and simple syrup. Wow. Okay, so that trivia game night things. Do you remember Trivia Crack?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I had my whole family on that.
Dude, that game was literal crack for my family. Like, we would sit there for hours and we would get so aggressive and so competitive with it. I miss it. We have to go together one day.
No, let's actually go.
I don't know how good we'll be, but I still think we should try to go.
I think we'll be pretty good.
Yeah, catch us winning first place.
Of
Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Well, this Friday on UofSC campus is Pridecella. The Office of Multicultural Affairs and the Department of Student Life have joined forces to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community. They hope to recognize LGBTQ history, hardships, progress, growth, and community. Event organizers hope to have a full afternoon of events on the Russell House patio. From 11 to 2 on Friday, enjoy shows including drag performances, spoken word artists, and DJ spinning. You can RSVP on Garnet Gate or attend the event in person. Now, I am so glad that student organizations have joined together to celebrate such a large community on campus.
Yes, that is so great that they are giving a spotlight to them. And honestly, that drag show sounds kind of cool. I kind of want to go to that.
Yeah, there was a drag show last week on campus that Gamecock Entertainment did, and I went, and it was amazing. So I hope that the drag shows that they're doing for Pridecella are just as amazing. All right, well, that's all we have for you guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Marissa and Alona. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Bryce Glenn will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to your weekly forecast. We're going to jump right in with our weather headlines. To start off with, we'll have some early morning showers, mostly before 8 a.m. tomorrow, some increasing clouds on Friday, lower temperatures also starting on Friday, and a rainy start to the weekend on Saturday. Today in South Carolina, it was a toasty one up in the upstate, 84 in Greenville, Rock Hill, and in Greenwood. Down here in Columbia, we had some record highs for this time of year at 90 degrees, 88 in Florence, Sumter, we were at 86, Orangeburg, 88, 90 in Aiken, along the coast, a little bit cooler, 72, 77 in Charleston, 73 in Hilton Head. Right now in Columbia, it is fairly warm out there at 82 degrees. We have a southwest wind of 11 miles per hour. Humidity is at 31%, so it's fairly dry. However, we have some clouds floating around out there, mostly cloudy at 7:23 p.m., and our sunset will be at 7:55. For the rest of the week, starting tomorrow, we'll have some early rain, then mostly cloudy throughout the day at 76, cooling down on Friday to 72, mostly sunny, some clouds floating around, Saturday, we'll have some possible rain earlier in the morning at 70 degrees, warming up again on Sunday to 75, partly sunny Monday. Some clouds also at 76 degrees, some clouds in the morning on Tuesday, clearing out throughout the day at 76. We'll be right back with your next edition of Carolina Canines.
And finally tonight's Woofy Wednesday features Oliver, sent in by sophomore Ellen Connolly. Oliver, who also goes by Ali Kali, is a 7-year-old golden retriever. This good boy loves tennis balls more than anything in the world, belly scratches, and taking laps around the pool on a hot day. That picture, first off, happy birthday, Ali, honestly, but there's nothing that makes me happier than just seeing these dogs every day of the week, because it just gets me through.
Absolutely.
Serotonin, I need it.
It's a great way to end our newscast and to get that little boost of serotonin and see some really cute pups, and I just love it.
Ollie Charlie.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC. To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Justin Walsh.
And I'm Will Kronsberg. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to be.